Okay, we have some FT breaking news. This, according to Jeff Passan, the Boston Red
Wow.
Sox released veteran right-hander Walker Buehler. So he is cut. I believe that another team can pick him up if they want him in time to put him on a roster that could turn into an October appearance for Walker Buehler. But it's been a rough year. Are you surprised about this one, Todd Father?
Yeah, just because of the name alone. I mean, this guy, pitching wise, came in and won a World Series. I mean, it doesn't seem too long ago, right? It's just, listen, wow. Yeah, I mean, I know a bunch of teams that could take a pitcher like this in their caliber and just bring him in for the rest of the year. This one, I'd like to read more into this and understand why. This 7-7, like a 1 point negative WAR. I don't know. I'm very confused. I know the Red Sox are doing really well. It's just one of those scenarios where I would love to hear about, what else is going on.
Yeah, they bumped him to the rotation. I mean, the Red Sox are looking for another starter, which they hope to be Peyton Tolley, right? They've got their big three right now absolutely thriving with Crochet. What a pickup for them this offseason. And then Brian Bayo has really found his form. Same with Lucas Giolito, Kratz. You know what's funny with Buehler? He's very straightforward. So he's like, I get it. I mean, I'm paraphrasing here. I know why I was bumped out of the rotation. And then, of course, we'll get word from him on this next move from Boston after a 1-year contract. His regular season numbers are almost identical from a run prevention standpoint to last year. And then all of a sudden in the postseason, he looked different.
Mm-hmm. It's a bold move by the Sox. They feel like they're in a strong position to be able to let this happen. You know what? Just like Todd said, you got to be there to see kind of more than just his stat line. His stat line's not very good, and it's an example of when guys have surgery, they don't always come back to be the guy they were before. A lot of the time, yes, but not always. And he hasn't consistently held his velocity, hasn't consistently been able to shape his breaking ball. But in the playoffs last year, everybody remembers how he finished out the game and he threw the curveball to finish out the World Series that I think he had thrown like one or two other times. But the start before, he had a stinker 2 starts before, and then he came out and he had a great start where he was punching tickets. So to me, I bet he's thrown out of the bullpen for the Dodgers by the time postseason rolls around.
Wow. Hey, remember last year, the epic Game 3 NLCS against the Mets. The command was tight, and then I was looking back. Best drop ever on his knuckle curve. Most sweep, right? Most horizontal movement ever on his sweeper. Most fade on the sinker. Spin rate was the highest it had been since sticky stuff enforcement, which, you look at that time period a few years ago, it's different. He finished the playoff run with 13 consecutive scoreless innings, including the final 3 outs of the World Series. Again, if you're a Boston fan right now and you're watching this and you've been watching him perform all year and not perform at a nice level, a 5.5-ish ERA, just like the Dodgers watched from him last year, you're like, see ya. We've got our big boy prospect coming up, Peyton Tolley. We've got a big 3 right now, and maybe May finds it a little bit for us. We're good. But I'm with you, Todd Father. I love the good storyline, and I hope that he gets scooped up by another team and we get playoff Walker Buehler, because, I mean, he'll say, like, I'm missing that FU behind my pitches last year, and then all of a sudden he found it.
He did for sure. So, again, what have you done for me lately attitude? I guess if that's the case, then yeah, he should be gone. But to know the caliber of pitcher he is, he's still got a lot left in the tank.
Were you insinuating that it got a little stickier as the postseason went on? Were you insinuating that the jump in spin rate, the jump in movement, Scott Braun, you are devious on a Friday.
I just drop things on the table. This is my job all day. I just drop things like this, and then I just see what everyone picks up. And Ira Kratz is actually Mr. Conspiracy Theories. So I just dropped it there. I truly don't know. Of course I don't know, but I also just like to say, hey, here's what the statistics are reading. What do you think?
My thought?
Yeah.
My thought is he did a great job of making a positive adjustment for himself in his last 13 innings. But I also don't want to escape the fact that because we harp on the Pirates being cheap, Walker Buehler is making $21.05 million this year. You break that down for September. Now, I know he's released. It's not a waiver dump, but there's some cash there that maybe they're going to think again about how they spend their money in the offseason instead of going $21 million for I hope it works out kind of pitcher. Solidify it. Go and do what it takes to get Corbin Burnes to not sign with the Diamondbacks. I know he got hurt, but do what it takes to put another monster piece in this rotation to pair with Crochet. He's going to be there for a long time.
FT fam, welcome to the world's most comfortable swimwear. For a moment, we are talking about Fair Harbor. We actually have some show and tell today. This is the liner that you're working with inside of the shorts and the bathing suits.
You know what the best part is about this, Scott?
What?
They have a lot of different options because these are clearly yours because I would never order this pattern.
But that is so
great
me.
On you.
That is so me.
These are so you. Mine are a little bit more plain than this.
Yes.
But they are super comfortable. The liner, I love liner shorts. Some people don't. But these liners are better than most that I've had on, if not all of them.
Yeah,
Because
this is the best liner out there.
No mesh. All of the above is perfect.
Exactly. It's really good. You got to give it a shot. Also, fun random fact, you get a new shirt. It smells really good. So head to fairharborclothing.com/foul and use code FOUL for 20% off your first purchase. Once again, fairharbor, HARBOR clothing.com/FOUL for 20% off your first purchase and use that promo code FOUL so they know FT sent you. I remember I watched one game start recently and I look back, I found it on the 8th of August where he shut down the Padres. And it's the post-trade deadline Padres. 6 innings, 4 hits, no runs, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, 9 ground balls. 96 pitches. So sometimes guys get cut, right? And they'll have these kind of numbers on the season. And then you look at the recent numbers over the past couple of months and you're like, I can't find a good outing results-wise. There's something here. Yeah, Dodgers fans are losing their mind right now. At least some of them. Because many of them probably haven't been watching Walker Buehler this year, right? We do have somewhat of a regional sport with the way that teams consume or with the way that fans consume their team's games, right? Like you might listen to FT during the day, but then if you've got the Red Sox playing and then you're worried, well, if you're on the West Coast, you might still be at work. And then you're watching your Dodgers at night, you might not see much of Walker Buehler. So you're like, hey, those are the same numbers as last year. Let's give it a shot.
I'm interested to see what happens now because he was released. This isn't waiver dump. The Red Sox are paying the entirety of the rest of his salary. I'm interested to see because there's no motivation. No team is going to pay him more than the minimum for the month of September. I'm interested to see where he chooses to go and how that, like, not courting process, but like how that process goes. Like he essentially gets to choose from all the teams that want him to pitch because they're all going to pay him the exact same.
Oh, he's going wherever he feels like there's a team that can help get him right.
That's what
Podfather.
I'm interested.
Spot on. That's it. There's no much more. There's no more to say really about it. It's just one of those things where as you get older, it's like, you know, as Kretz and I got older and the opportunities, like you want to be on a winning ball club too as well. So it's tough. You want to play, and then you get in situations, well, let's see who wants me first, and then you go from there.
Yankees. Wouldn't that be great? Need it.
What do you think?
I mean, I'd love to see it. I'm looking up to see who he dealt against this year and see if – because to me there's a lot of recency bias. He dealt against the Phillies. He dealt against the Padres. He dealt against –
the Rays, but you figure he wants to try and go to a team where he can pitch in October and reprove himself. That's what he did. I mean, he earned this contract based on October. Before October, you're looking at Walker Buehler and you're like, he's going to get a small deal. He was going to get a 1-year contract, but he was going to get a 1-year contract at a much lower rate. And remember, the Dodgers also didn't throw the qualifying offer his way. The Dodgers were like, hey, we want you to be in a good spot. That's something that many teams can and won't do. And maybe they were thinking about if that was going to end up being the number and, he was going to take it. So they said, hey, no qualifying offer. Go out there to the world. Don't be attached to a comp pick and select where you want to go.
They did him a solid. It was pro.
It was pro. So, yeah, I'm with you here. I'm looking at where else he thrived this year. He pitched well against Toronto. They don't
playoff
need him.
Teams that he's pitched well against, not many.
Yankees and Padres. But, I mean, for me, it's more –
Phillies and Padres, too.
Sorry, Phillies and Padres. Who needs him, right? Who's interested in picking up a guy that can be a fifth starter for you and maybe catch fire in the postseason?
Cubs.
That's a good name.
Yeah.
I like that too. That's a good name. Someone's going to do it, so we'll see. It's a league minimum guy at this point. Red Sox eat the money. Anyway, breaking news. Walker Buehler cut by the Boston Red Sox. Boston's in a good spot. I mean, this was the part of the team that you were probably concerned about was, do they have the pitching? They have the pitching right now. And if you believe in all these prospects that are coming up right now and thriving, then they might have just added themselves another guy who can pitch big boy innings for them in October. And they looked at the roster. Alex Cora, Kratz, is pretty decisive, and he has more control of the roster than I think most managers do. Would you agree with that?
I would think so, yes. I mean, that would be my initial read from what you see out there, because I think he kind of has that GM mentality too. So I think there's conversation. If there's somebody that has more, it would be his cohort in Houston. I think AJ Hinch probably has more. But
okay,
I think Cora's up there for sure.
Yeah. Decision has been made. Anyway, let us know if you're looking at this afterward or if you're watching us live right now where you think he could end up and if you think he can find it again like he did last October.